So let me show you how a rushed base idea comes into fruition. Back in the fall of 2023, I was browsing social media and came across a Clash of Clans advertisement that showed a timeline of a village's progress. You know, one of those clickbaity ads that get you to download the game. Well, it showed just started, 1 hour, and 5 months, which seemed about right if you grinded the game at that time. But the 1 year visual showed us a Town Hall 15 rapidly transitioning from Town Hall 14 building levels to a max Town Hall 15. Now granted, this was 2 years ago, and now we have 2 new Town Hall levels in the game, and we've seen multiple cost and time reductions added to the game with those updates, so I'm sure it's a little faster to reach Town Hall 15 today than what it was before, but I have my doubts about maxing 14 levels in 1 year unless you're spending a bunch of cash. However, I was curious, if I played a Clash of Clans account for 1 year, could I max it out like the advertisement? Naturally, doing this for free felt a little unrealistic, so I added some parameters. I would rush an account using real money, and that's how this account got started. And at the end of 2023, it cost $500 cash to level 1 rush an account all the way to Town Hall 15, which was the max level at that time. In the months leading up to this series, I upgraded the Town Hall one more time to Town Hall 16 because that was the new maximum level. And then in 2024, I decided to start this series, but the rule I implemented for myself was that I was only allowed to buy the gold pass each month to help with the repair process. Then for the next 10 months, I posted monthly progress videos for this base to keep interested viewers informed on all the trials and tribulations of playing a rush base in Clash of Clans, which has turned out to be rather rewarding, and I'll show you the progress here in a moment and the reasons why. So here's what the base looked like on day 1 of this series, and here's what it looks like after 1 year of gameplay. And from my perspective, the village is obviously not maxed out, but it's definitely able to defend a lot better than what it could. Also, for those of you that have been asking about the month 11 progress video, I had to postpone that one because of the Summer Jam event and the weeks full of boot camp activities that led us into August. So let's go ahead and jump into the progress base, and let me show you all of the stuff that's been done since the month 10 video, starting with our offensive buildings. So there's only 3 buildings, actually 4 buildings here that are not maxed out. We have the barracks, the Dark Barracks, and the Dark Spell Factory. When it comes to those buildings, I had 0 use for the Thrower, the Furnace, or the Ice Block spell. I know that they're probably useful somewhere, but I didn't need them, and I've done quite well without them. We also did not upgrade the Workshop because I can get siege machines from my clanmates, and it's just one of those shortcuts that helps along the way if you are in an active clan. So most of my focus over the last 2 months has been spent on upgrading our defenses. The Fire Spitters, both of them have been maxed out for a while now. All 3 of the Inferno Towers are maxed out at level 11. We just haven't done the supercharges, of course. And then when it comes to the Expos, all 4 of them went up 1 level to level 11. They cost 17.2 million gold and 12 days, 9 hours to upgrade, so obviously we waited on those. The Scatter Shots are only level 2, and that's because those are both 6-day upgrades, and I kind of waited on those and moved on to something a lot cheaper and a lot easier to upgrade. The Monolith is maxed out. We haven't touched the Spell Towers. I upgraded all 5 of the Builder Huts 5 levels to level 6 Battle Builder Huts. All 5 of the Wizard Towers went up 15 levels to level 16, which they're all Town Hall 16 level now. We upgraded the Air Defenses 1 level to level 14. We upgraded the Multi-Gear Tower 1 level to its maximum level. I think I used a hammer for that guy. Both of the remaining Archer Towers went up, let's see here, 18 levels to their current max of level 21. I upgraded the Town Hall 2 levels on the weapon to level 3, and now we're currently focused on upgrading the Hidden Teslas, and they went from level 1 to level 10 or 11. And then of course I haven't touched the air sweepers, I haven't touched the mortars, the bomb towers, or the new craftable defense. That's more for maxed out players, obviously. I mean, it's really cool feature, but the defenses change. They will change in the near future, so it's kind of pointless to upgrade them when I have other things that I need to get maxed maxed out. And then walls. In 2 months, I went from 63 level 16 and 262 level 17 walls to now having 197 level 17 and 128 level 18 walls. And these are obviously really difficult to upgrade because they are 6.4 gold or elixir each with a 20% builder boost. So based on those defensive results, we can see for ourselves that upgrading defenses goes relatively fast. I mean, granted, it's been 2 months, but that's a lot of progress on a few buildings like wizard towers and builder huts and hidden Teslas. That's quite impressive in my opinion. But let's go ahead and jump into the bane of everybody's existence in this game, and that is the hero haul. And unfortunately, I got a little burnout with upgrading heroes. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just a grind. And when you start out with a level 1 rush base, and you gotta think there's like 100 levels on the king and the queen, 90 levels on the minion prince, it's just like, yeah, that's not happening. So we did 10 levels on the Barbarian King, upgrading him to level 76. He's going to level 77 right now. The Queen went up 13 levels to level 80, and that's because of our books of heroes that we get each month from the Gold Pass and the free section of the Season Pass. And then the Minion Prince went up 3 levels. So that's not really that big of a deal because we can rectify that with the use of hero potions if we get into like an attack with a super maxed out base in war or whatever. But then when we jump into our pet house, and as of 1 year of gameplay on this rush base, Lassie is level 10, Electro Owl is level 10, Mighty Yak is level 15, Frosty's level 10, Diggy's level 10, Rip Poison Lizard, I hardly ever use it. The Phoenix, Spirit Fox, Angry Jelly, and Sneezy are all level 10, with the Unicorn back in rotation for upgrade to level 15 because I actually do use that on my Archer Queen. And then when we get into our Blacksmith, I did upgrade this building to its maximum level for the max capacity of ore. The only piece of hero equipment that I missed in the last year of gameplay would have been the Snake Bracelet, and that's simply because I chose not to collect it, although I did have an opportunity to do so. So when we look at our levels of hero equipment, for the most part, as of the last 2 months, I've been focused on only upgrading the pieces of equipment that I'm currently using. Now, you'll also notice as I scroll through this list of abilities, I did upgrade some of the other abilities, like I did toy around with the Minion Prince's Dark Crown. I got a lot of hate for that, but I found it to be quite useful for the attacks that I was using, so I don't know where that information was coming from. It is what it is. Everybody's got a different opinion when it comes to Clash of Clans. And then we also upgraded other things like the Rage Gem and the Hog Rider Puppet. And then last but not least, we have the Laboratory. So when it comes to the Laboratory and playing Clash of Clans, when you're rushing, in reality, it's best to just pick one army and max it out that you plan to use for a long period of time. I know that there's like dozens of different strategies out there, and some of you feel like it's really important to try out different strategies and try to, become very proficient with them. But when you are rushed and you have limitations on what you can use, it's best to just upgrade one army first and then start focusing on upgrading other things. So in our Laboratory right now, we're really close to maxed out on our elixir troops. We're working on the Giant. I don't really use the Giant very often, but I'm just upgrading it because I had a bunch of elixir left over. We have the Miner, the poor Electro Dragon, which I very rarely use. The elixir spells are all maxed out minus the revive spell. The dark spells could definitely use some love because we got level 5 poison, level 1 on the earthquake, and level 4 on the skeleton spell, but clearly I very rarely use any of those. And then the dark elixir troops, there's multiples here that are level 1 because obviously they're not very important in the high game meta, but if I ended up having to use them, we could just use a power potion instead. And then naturally with siege machines, I don't even have most of them unlocked. As for the army that I've been using, I have been very consistent with the Archer Queen, Minion Prince, Grand Warden, Royal Champion with 4 Dragon Riders, 12 dragons, and and then the 11 invisibility spells on the Royal Champion Charge. This is something that is currently very hated by a lot of players in the game, and I get that, but the thing about Clash of Clans is I've seen so many transitions of attack strategy meta over the last 12 years that if it's working, just use it. Like, you can fight it and get mad at it all you want, but it's going to be popular, it's going to eventually get nerfed or changed, and we'll be moving on to the next best thing. So hopefully you upgraded those troops, and you'll learn that Clash of Clans just goes through these different phases of what's useful and what's not. Now, if you're questioning this army or the validity of this army, in the last Clan War Leagues, I went perfect. I did very well with this army, and it's just one of those things that I've been very consistent with on all of my high-level accounts. And then you'll also notice that I have been maintaining my position up in fake legends, which means that I refuse to sign up for the Legends League and get trapped in the 8 attacks. Although I've been trapped up here multiple times because players keep trying to drop out of it, and then they lose to me on purpose, and then I get stuck in this for a couple of days, and it's really, really annoying. I hope that Clash of Clans decides to change this feature in some way to where it doesn't penalize us for even being in Legends League. But the main purpose for being up here is the fact that we get a massive payout of loot bonus as well as the ore rewarded on the star bonus. Now for the part of the video where the Clash Ninja website wrecks our dreams despite all of the progress that we've made. So it's been 1 year of gameplay, and it says day 259, and that's because we've been at Town Hall 17 for 259 days. We started out as a Town Hall 16 on this account. Our completion status is 54% on structures. Only 54% after all of that. We have 2% on supercharge, obviously nothing on the crafted defense, 50% in the laboratory, so we're relatively balanced on our upgrade progress, 53% on heroes, 30% on equipment, 73% on pets, and 80.9% on the walls. That's actually really not that bad, especially considering we were able to maintain a balance between the upgrades. Going into the stats section, however, with 6 builders, we still got 13 months worth of upgrades to go. I don't know where those upgrades are at. I'm guessing it must be heroes or something, because I feel like we're really close on defenses. Unless it really just takes that long to max out defenses for Town Hall 17. I'm really unsure about that. 26 months on the laboratory and 5 months left on the pets. But I want to finish things out by saying that rushing has a lot of pros and cons. And a lot of you guys that have been watching content on Clash of Clans for a while now probably know those pros and cons. But from my own experience, it has been a mega grind, but it's also been very rewarding because each time there's a new update, I get to play with the new stuff immediately. And then also I can attack relatively high up on the war map in my clan to help them achieve the win. Like in Clan War Leagues, we only lost 1 war last season. So I'm very impressed with the rushing process. It's just one of those things that you have to commit to if you love Clash of Clans.